浮世の風景は幾千年も変わらないというの。人の世とはこうも白露と泡のように儚い。見切りました。
高田さん、馬車水
捕まえた。終わりで無我の境地。たっはっそこてやっはっ逃げ道は嘘はいけないね。なるほど。真実はまるで影。はっはっやっ見切りました。はっひゅっ 裁きの雷。
見て見て。
さあ謎を解こう。嘘はいけないね。真実はまるで影。素直に吐くんだね。見切りました。素直に吐くんだね。
くらえ。バシャバシャ水なんだ。
書かれた。どの目が出るかしら。裁きの雷、稲光、すなわち永遠なり。はっせっやっせっせっ。逃げ道はありません。嘘はいけないね。見切りました。
水遊びの時間。
糸よ、工作せよ。はっよっはっ読む。欺瞞の叫びよ。真実はまるで影。父さん、追いつかれた。
Darn, I tried swapping her off, but I guess a fraction of a second too late. And she got hit.
星と深夜。星と深夜。無事今日の依頼を達成しま。 この同点。同点についてのご
よっ、どきな。
But yeah, this was kind of annoying. So basically, I've seen this cutscene twice because I did it once, and then they're like, "Oh, shit! The wild hunters found us. We gotta run away." And all of them are like, "Yeah, we gotta run away." And so I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, the wild hunt popped up in front of us, so I ran behind." I'm like, "Okay." So I turned around, and then ran forward. And then I ran out of bounds of the cutscene, and so the cutscene reset. So rather than restricting you from being able to leave, they allow you to leave the area where you're supposed to fight, and if you leave it with no warning whatsoever, the cutscene resets. And at first I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, I did it. I escaped, right? I escaped, and now, it's time to go back to say, cool, we escaped and all that shit, right?" But no, when I ran too far away, it reset. That cutscene, it didn't start a new one. So when I came back, it did the same cutscene again. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe I went the wrong way, right? Because they kept saying run. Literally right before it happened, it's like, oh shit, the wild hunt is here. We have to run before Rear appears. No one says we have to beat these guys first, then run. So for the second cutscene, I'm like, oh shit, okay, well I must have run the wrong way, right? I ran backwards. I must need to run through them and down this hallway, right? They pop up from like a canyon. So I'm like, oh okay, I must have had to run through the canyon then. I just went out of bounds going backwards. I'm supposed to go forwards. So when they appeared, I ran forwards again. I ran forward this time, and the same thing happened. I ran forward, I ran out of bounds again, and the cutscene reset. At that point, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm just not gonna... At that point, I'd already been playing the game for a bit, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it a day. Because I don't have to do the cutscene a third time. So basically, this cutscene is very, very, very poorly made. Like, other cutscenes, like, when we were meeting Flynn's, right? When Rear attacked him way back when, in, like, the first Archon quest, we were locked in a location. If we tried to go out of bounds, it would block us. So for some reason, they don't have blockers in this, which is weird, because they put blockers all over the place all the time. All the time, do they be like... See, like, right here, they came from there. I'm like, oh, shit, they're coming from there. I gotta run backwards. Like, that's where they're coming from. We gotta run the opposite direction. Look. And they say it's the wild hunt. Yeah, see how they're running away from us? Yeah, let's get the heck out of here. So you think, oh, you gotta run. But, you know. Oh. Shit. Yeah, see, and then this. He'll appear soon. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what that sounds to me? It sounds to me that I gotta get the fuck out of here. But no, what they mean is you gotta kill them for some fucking reason. Somehow, unlike everything fucking else, we have to fucking kill them instead. I don't quite get what the fuck we're supposed to do. It's the last time I broke out. You know? So he's obviously going to be here, right? So I have no clue. And also, like, great, awesome, thank you. Thank you for putting me on a time thing where I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, and... yeah, like... what is this? Like, what am I supposed to do? Is it just fucking kill time? Wait till he shows up? Because it's like break out of the onslaught. There's like infinitely many of them, and the circle is still around this location. And the last 2 times I ran away, I died. So what the fuck? I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to do in this situation. I'm killing them. Doesn't do shit. My circle, my quest circle is still just in this area. Am I supposed to wait until he shows up? Is that... am I just supposed to fight and... oh, okay, so I'm just supposed to fight. Then this is... oh, no, this is Barca, okay. But this is such fucking bullshit, then! Because Aino said, get the fuck out. The quest says, break through their lines. But then what you actually have to do is don't break through their lines at all. It's stay there and fight. Literally nothing about what they said before and what the quest dialogue says to do was stay and fight. It was run from Aino right before it started, and then the dialogue was saying, "Hey, Rarier's on his way. Break through their lines," which is also run. It's also beat them. You know, break through. First of all, break through the lines doesn't mean actually even beat them. It's just get through them. So both indicators from both the quest and the fucking and the dialogue before the quest were run. Get out of here. Go away. But if you do that, you get fucked. What they so Flynn should have said, "We're going to have to fight these. We're going to have to fight these guys off so that we can get away." To indicate, "Oh shit, we need to stand and fight." And then the quest dialogue should have said, "Beat the wild hunt," and you know, and then run away once they're defeated, right? Like. Because they put the little timer on it too. They were like, "Oh look, there's a timer when Rarier comes." So one would think, "Oh shit, I got to get out of here before that timer comes up." But realistically, and in reality, it's like, nope, that timer is just for when the quest is over. No indicator that that was actually going to be the case. Everything we told you about this quest was wrong. Everything we told you had to do was just flat out wrong. You had to ignore what we said and continue to fight. It's so fucking stupid. Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to be like, oh, well, you don't want to like indicate in the quest, oh, wait for rescue, right? Because then that could like spoil his dramatic entrance, right? But all you have to do is just be like, you know, quickly beat the wild hunt and run, right? Like once you beat all the wild hunt, then push forward. But the quest was always just a little circle directly over where the wild hunt is. The wild hunt keeps constantly spawning. Like, it's just a very poorly explained quest. And also, and to add insult to injury, if you try to do what they tell you to do, If you try to do what Ino says and run, if you try to do what the quest dialogue says and break through them and run, which is what breaking through is, you'll reset the quest and have to start it all over again in all the dialogue. Which is like, what? So unlike all the other Archon quests and other quests in general, where once you're in the quest, they lock you into a specific region to force you to do the quest, this one, they're like, nah, we're going to allow them to leave and to fuck over their quest progress because we designed the quest so fucking poorly that people think to leave. So yeah, so it's a bad quest. It's a bad quest design, you know. Because when the NPCs and the quest dialogue is telling you one thing, but what you actually have to do is something else, clearly you've designed your quest wrong, right? And even more so, the fact that they don't put a barrier so you can't escape. The fact that you can't escape, like, because that's the other thing. Like, you want to be a fucking retard and tell us the wrong thing? Fine, right? You're an idiot, and your localization team needs to fucking review what you were told, because either A, the Chinese writers wrote something stupid, or B, the localization team translated it into something stupid. But if you just fucking put a barrier around the fucking area so you couldn't actually leave, it wouldn't have been a problem, right? So it's like so many failures. You fucked up the NPC dialogue, you fucked up the quest dialogue, and you fucked up the barrier around the place to stop people from doing the thing you told us to do. You know? You fucked up lots of ways in one quest. So yeah, I think that's dumb. That's bad design. And then you put a timer, and it's just like, you know, like you could have done it a different way. You could have been like fend off the wild hunt, you know, for this amount of time. But yeah, I mean, I do think the timer saying, oh shit, if you waste too much time here, Rare will show up. Sure, like that puts a spark in our step and be like, oh shit, we gotta hurry, you know. But simultaneously, oh wait, what? Are we leaving here? Let's see. Is there a... Okay, I guess. So we teleport to the meeting place, of which literally no one is, and the whole point is leaving the meeting place, then why is no one in the meeting place? Wait, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like, that's... No, I want to do this. Yeah. Okay, that's my problem, then. Realistically, I do kind of wish they would just, I wish this would automatically happen. It's like, oh, this is the quest you have active. This is the quest you're tracking. Oh, okay, then. We'll just prioritize this quest about everything. Okay. I'm gonna say, like, this is fucking weird. Like, why are we here and no one else is here? I see. So this probably would have instantly started. This cutscene would have instantly started at the end of the previous one if I didn't have those other quests. Now, why would you have conflicting quests? Like, why would you design it like that? But, it's whatever. I think the problem is, I think MiHoYo does act under the assumption that everyone does the Archon quest, does the event quest, literally the second they're available. And so they don't ever imagine these conflicts. They're like, well, no, like, before getting all the Curatorium secrets, you must have done all the Archon quest. Like, the second the game came out, you must have just blasted through the Archon quest in that first 3 hours. We don't have to worry about how NPCs in this quest are used in other quests, because you're going to do this first. And this happens every now and then. Now, this kind of, like, conflict is not a huge issue, right? Because you can just say, hey, prioritize this quest, summon all NPCs for this quest, ignore the other ones. That's fine. Back in the olden days, you got fucked, in the sense that you could not reprioritize, I don't think. So basically, if an NPC for a quest was already using that quest, you actually had to do that quest first. So like if you had a long-running quest that you're just like, oh, it's this world quest, I didn't get around to it, but it involved an NPC you needed, and then a new Archon quest comes around that uses that same NPC, they'd be like, sorry, like, you can't do the Archon quest because an NPC is used up. And sometimes it wouldn't even tell you which ones were used up, I think. I think that was really far back then. Then they told you which one it was. But you still had to go and do that quest to free them up first. Then you can come back. And now they're just like, okay, fuck it, which is much better considering it's really much more new player friendly. And it also frees them up from having to like make sure that they're not overusing NPCs so that players don't get stuck constantly needing a particular NPC for a quest, but they keep getting involved in other side quests and shit. So, yeah, it was rough back in the day. So, like, it really did encourage you to do everything as it was current, because you never know when, if you leave a quest alone, be like, I'll get to it later, when the NPC that it's involved in the quest is needed for something else, and you're like, God damn it, now I have to do that real quick before I can continue the other quest.
異国の遠征軍が現地の情報を手に入れるには彼らと組むのがさて本題に戻ろう。ナドくらいのお仲間たちは改めて名乗らせてもらう。俺はファルカ、セピロス騎士団の北風騎士、そして大団長だ。
Oh yeah, the Night of Boreas. So there are 4 gods, the 4 demigods, kind of, in Mondstadt. Boreas is the wolf, Andreas. There's also Dvalin, the wind. And there were 2 others, but they were like, I forget what they were. We were told their name, but it's been so long. Like we went, I think, early part of the Mondstadt prologue, we went to their temples, so we do know of the 4 winds. I'm curious if the knights currently have, or if the Knights of Favonius have a knight for each of the 4 winds, or is it just that? Because like, I mean, technically, Jean is called the Dandelion Knight, but I don't know if that's an official title, or if it's just a random title, right? Maybe they all are knights, or all the proper knights are actually knights, and they all have a knight name, and he just happens to have a knight name that is one of the 4 gods. And maybe that's a tradition too. Maybe the knight captain of the Knights of Favonius are given a knight name based on one of the 4 gods of Mondstadt. Maybe they might have said this too, but I can't remember. It's been so long. Obviously, this is the kind of like lore shit that we saw when we were actually playing through Mondstadt at the very, very, very beginning of the game.
若いってのは言い過ぎだ。老けて不眠不休でアームス・バルトニル湖から戻ったっつうのに復活直後のあいつと戦う羽目になるなんてな。もう彼と一戦交え、ああ、前に戦った時は今ほど強くなかったがな。当時団員たちは怪我をし、俺もやられるところだった。だがこの機会を逃したら次はないかもしれなかったんでな。こっちも命を張らせてもらう。その後もあいつの後を追い続けたが、足取りすらつかめてない。あの警戒心はスパイ並みだな。だからお前たちと落ち合おうと思ったんだ。そしたらちょうどワイルドハントに襲われてるときた。つまり彼がここ数日空爆を吸収し続け、俺が関係してる可能性はあるが、そうじゃなくてもあいつは
情報を更新。パルカを
今度は俺が質問する番だ。などくらいで何があった？なんでワイルドハントが急に人型になった？
アイノが説明するよ。パルカおじさん、実はね。
そんなことがあったのか。お前たちもご苦労だったな。まさか蒼月の子が信仰するクータルがファデュイの執行官だったとは。
I mean, I don't think she's a harbinger anymore, right? Like you're only a harbinger if you were part of the Fatui. But when she left, I assume that's her leaving the Fatui, so she should have lost her harbinger status. But I mean, to be fair, the whole point of naming them is to show that they're, powerful entities within the Fatui, or important ones at the very least. Because I don't know if all of them are measured in physical power. Because like Dottore is more about his science and experiments, so maybe he's not personally physically strong, but, you know, he still is important to the organization. But either way, I mean, once Colleen leaves, she shouldn't be, I don't think she should be considered a Harbinger, although maybe her just unilaterally leaving doesn't count, you know, as long as they consider her one of them. Or it could be like one of those organizations where it's like, yeah, it's like the Mafia, you can't leave. It's like, no, sorry, you're a part of us. We won't let you leave. You want to go have fun out there, fine, but like when we want you, we're just going to take you back.
情報が多すぎる。消化する。
ファルカさん、もしかつてそなたは共にワイルドハントを退け、さらなる危機の拡大を共に防いで。
そう謝るな。英月史の情緒、何事も完璧に進むなんてことはない。人生にアクシデントはつきもんだろ。俺は現状に対してそこまで驚いちゃいないぜ。これまで何度もワイルドハントを処理してきたのに根絶で。だが今新たな希望がやってきた。
希望？
他に誰がいる？あいつの復活も。
Well, it's also like this may give you the opportunity to right things once and for all, right? If Rayrir and Rasher is like, if Rasher is the source of the Wild Hunt, right? Or if he's what's empowering the Wild Hunt, back when he had no body, it's hard to beat him. Now that he has a body, while he's harder to beat, it could be that if you kill him, he will die, right? You know, he will actually die. Because, like, the reason why he had immortality, or, I mean, it could be the curse of immortality was what kept him alive, even when his existence was shredded. So it might be really hard to actually kill him. It also could be that, you know, it was just the way that he died the first time that allowed him to live on in the Abyss or in the Wild Hunt in Nodcry for whatever reason. And it could be that if we find a way, it could be that now he has a proper body. If we can kill him in a different way, he could die forever, right? Because like he has a body, so I don't know if like chopping off his head will kill him, because like he still technically does have that. He doesn't have. We don't know if he has the curse of immortality that all Conrians have, or most Conrians have. He might not, or he might not have it in the same way. So it could be that now that he has a physical body, we do have a method of defeating him and killing him for good. And it could be that when we do that, that will also solve the Wild Hunt problem, right? It could be that the Wild Hunt is only as bad as it is because of him, you know, because of the power that he leaks. The Wild Hunt is absorbing and becoming stronger, and with him gone and the source of their power gone, they could just go back to just harmless ghosts for all we know, right? Now, obviously, we don't know, but it's just one of those things. You never know.
ああ、お前の言うことが確かなら、そいつはお前たちを重要な資料、どう考えても普通の人間にはできない系統だ。
資料のことは私も初めて聞いた。本の名前を。
ワイルドハント現象の記録などくらいのライトキーパー業務日誌、空爆観測記録表など。
となるとこの線で攻めるのは無理そうだな。もちろん今はそいつが現れないという前提でこの危機をどう打開するか考えるべきだ。
Okay, so the mystery ally is probably the Hexen Circle, because they're the only faction that hasn't really kind of popped up to help. Actually, yeah, honestly, we haven't seen any of them, not even a single one, or a whisper of one of the Hexen Circle. So chances are they're the ones who are just monitoring the situation and trying to help from the sidelines.
調査の結果、ただのおとりだったことが分かった。俺の注意をそちらに向け、月の狩人はその間に復活を遂げた。お前たちの情報によると、だがあいつ一人で、こうも月の少女、月の狩人などくらい。これらが揃うのは、おそらく単なる偶然じゃないだろう。
I mean, the Moon Maiden makes the most sense, because they're shards of the moon, and this is where the moon's power is the most prevalent. So having her be there is normal. Now having him be there, that's the interesting thing. So it could be that, for the same reason, well, it could be that he's there because of the moon particles. You know, he went there specifically for that, where she would naturally come gravitate towards the where the power of the moon is strongest.
目下やりたいことが3つある。まずは月の狩人を制圧する方法を見つけること。俺の知る限り、ナドくらいの主要戦力はここに集まってる。
私たちも新しい力を。
お？
コロミーナ、何か方法があるのか？空の上には月が3つあった。一番大きい豪かつて月神の御柱は世界の断りに影響を。そして今私は蒼月の力を司って。
それはつまり
まだ手に入れていないのは。
そう。もし光月の月髄を見て。
伝説にある潮の満ち引きを司り、万物実行可能か分析します。
Also, as you said, they illuminate all things. Well, clearly, the Wild Hunt are beings of darkness, right? So it could be that they do get drastically weakened in the power of light. You know, like pretty much all RPGs where it's like, oh yeah, light is weak to dark and dark is weak to light. They are usually the most effective element against the other. If you're dealing with an elemental battle system, usually, you know, you have the, fire is weak to water, water is weak to lightning, or earth sometimes. If it's a four element thing, it's like water beats fire, fire beats wind, wind beats earth, earth beats water, and light and dark are strong against each other. So a dark attack on the light being will be super effective, and a light attack against the dark being will be super effective. So it's a risky endeavor, because unlike, like, if you bring in your water being, no fire being is going to have a hard time. Like, you're not going to have a hard time against anything that's fire, because you're just unilaterally strong against it. Whereas light and dark, well, they're strong against the other, but they're also weak against the other. So it's more risky.
方法はある。でも、ファドゥイの実験設計局？うん。
ここから実験設計局までは距離があるので、途中で見つかるリスクが高い。一人で行くの。
じゃあ一つ目はこれで決まりだな。お前たちが見た通り、ワイルドハントだった頃のあいつは復活のために動いてた。で、人の弱点ってのは大抵その執念の中に隠されてる。名前が月の。
Yeah, which would make sense for what I said, is that perhaps if she can use her moon power to illuminate, the illumination will weaken them. It could be even a purification as well. So it's not even simply just, they're no longer to use their full power, but it could be that it actively destroys their power. It purifies them, and if they stay within this light, they will disappear entirely. It's hard to say, obviously. We'll see. Because we're going to have to get into a big fight with him, so we're going to see the extent of her power over the Wild Hunt at some point.
ナドくらいを数百年も悩ませてきたワイルドハントを断つには。
確かに我々はもしクータルが提供した情報がな。
でもどこを探したら月の狩人の情報をゲットできるん？
機械いじりじゃミス一つしない子がそんな安直な結論を出すとはね。
I mean, it's not surprising to think she wouldn't know about it, because maybe she knows about his current activities. Maybe she's heard about whispers about what he's currently doing, with which you could extrapolate things from, because if he has ears everywhere. But like knowing what he did 500 years ago, it's like you're less likely to have people show up who just happen to know that information. You know, you need to find someone who is actually actively researching Conria, and then have him be feeding you intel. But like, what are the odds of knowing and finding someone like that, and not even just researching Conria, but knows intimately about the sinners? Oh, to be fair, if you were going to research Conria, I would kind of focus my research on the sinners too. So, but even still, and I mean, it's hard to tell how much information actually exists about Conria, because they were kind of destroyed, and we kind of find remnants of their civilization, but we really haven't found books dated from back then, log books, all that shit. So, how easy is that information to attain? Are there archaeological sites where you can find this information? And who knows, maybe if Conria existed near Nodcry, it could be that when it sank, or when it was destroyed, remnants of their culture and civilization washed ashore, and maybe that's why Nodcry might be a wellspring of information for that civilization.
聞かれてた。姉さん、なんでここに？
セピュロス騎士団の人が大口取引をするから待ち合わせ場所に来てほしいって手紙をよこしてくれたのさ。でも今の状況を見るとどうやら違ったようだね。
ネフェル、その口実待ち伏せに失敗してから俺は月の狩人に対抗する術を考え続けてきた。この状況をそうなると非分の館の協力は不可欠だ。だが
待った、ネフェルはさっきここは騎士団の集合場所って言ってたよな。
誰がナドくらいの足がかりを騎士団のために作ったと思ってるんだい？
こいつが北の大陸情報網のボスだ。彼女が
オベッカはそれくらいにしときな。なるほど、想像以上にピンチってわけだ。
自分は関係ない。
関係を持ったら何かいいことでもあるのかい？
I mean, that's something that I find a little weird, right? It's like, so the Wild Hunt is getting stronger. They've literally broken in and tried to manipulate the town that you reside in. You know, sure, you know, your town is the safest one because that's where all the people are. But if they continue to get stronger, if the Wild Hunt takes over Nodcry, you're kind of fucked. You know, so what could possibly be in it for me? Well, not letting the Wild Hunt destroy Nodcry seems like a pretty good incentive. Now, counter this though. If she knows what he's after, right? If she knows, oh, well, yeah, the Wild Hunt might be blustering and doing all this bullshit now, but if she knows, oh no, well, all it's looking for is this thing, and once it gets this thing, it's gonna fuck off. Yeah, there's nothing in it for her. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, she is a businesswoman at its core, but even still, you think like. You do realize you're kind of fucked if the Wild Hunt gets stronger and kills everyone, right? Like, I understand, like, as a businesswoman, you can't let threat of death, like, lead you to do something free. And it could be that she's just saying this as a bluster, and then once we give her a valid, good reason, she'd be like, okay, fine, sure. You know? It could just be a stern front she's giving up front. A stern front she's giving so that she, you know, at least try to get something out of the deal. A deal that she's probably already accepted in her head, but just doesn't want to do it for free.
どうしても報酬が欲しいというのなら、私が出そう。
ほんとしつこいね。でも残念。私の知る限り、あんたじゃ依頼料を払えないよ。危ない仕事であればあるほど、報酬も高くなる。英月士の手当は決して多くないだろう。
Wait, she gets a stipend? Who the fuck pays her a stipend? Like, she's the leader, isn't she? Unless, and where do they get money? Are they selling stuff? It didn't really seem like they had much of an economy. I mean, we've heard that they do leave and go to the main city, so maybe they make handicrafts or something. Actually, no, weren't they handing out food too? You can't just hand out food if you have nothing. So they must have their own economy.
姉さん、ちょっと相談があるんだけど、月の狩人と戦った時、すっごく危ない目にあったんだ。もしこの子が助けてくれなかったら、できるならやっぱり助けてあげたいんだ。
だから貸しを作るなって口酸っぱく言って、不幸は人と人が出会うところから始まる。しょうがない。今回だけだよ。次はないからね。フリンズ、月の狩人の破片はまだ持ってる？
もちろんです。
貸しな。月。
何かい？
シー。これは企業秘密なんだ。
大 彼にだって人には言えない秘密が一つや二つあるもんさ。
Huh, interesting.
俺にも
I'm not even sure,
がある。
unless there's maybe some sort of like lock that needs her its present. Like maybe there's some sort of like chamber or room or lock that needs Rosher's presence to open, and so why this fragment could work to unlock it. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of an unusual request that she would already know that she would need something like this. Unless maybe it's also maybe some sort of like divination. So she needs a portion of the affected being so that she can like divine what's going on.
お供しましょう。ここは任せて。もう方法は考えてあるから。おとりが完成したら、などくらいにばらまくの。
そりゃすごい発明だな。
ふふん。これくらい朝飯前だよ。
よし。じゃあ3部隊に分かれて行動しよう。任務を終えたらここに戻ってきてくれ。解散だ。
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, are we gonna do each part ourselves? Are they just letting us in because? Okay. I was gonna say yeah, she can let in because she's one of the harbingers. I'm actually really curious. So obviously they showed the three of them going in different. I'm curious if we do this and then we actually control the other two, because that'd be kind of really cool. That'd be really cool where it's oh cool, we do this little aspect and then it's okay, now you're gonna go back and do Varka's part, and now you're gonna go back and do this person's part. And so we actually go through the quest. I think that's really nice. It's happened in many games before, notably Final Fantasy VI, where your party splits up and you have to, do your things independently with preset characters. It's a nice way of doing things. So it brings more information to the world, and it does it in a way that's a little more realistic, right? Because it's oh, well, these characters act like this, so realistically they would handle a situation like this. But when you separate the characters, you can have them act in ways that maybe the main character wouldn't act, or have them interact with people who the main characters wouldn't possibly know, right? And you don't have to explain oh, well, actually, Nefer told us and we met them before, or if it was a character you met in a quest but haven't done the quest for this character, you don't have to explain. You don't have a plot hole saying, well, they remembered you, but you haven't done the quest that they would have remembered you from, so now there's a plot hole. If you just separate it by characters, it's yeah, you don't even have to explain this shit. You can be yeah, Nefer knows these people because that's what she does. And Varka, we have no clue what he's done, so him knowing untold number of people makes sense. But I am operating on the assumption that we are actually going to play through each one of those quests. So the fact that they showed, hey, here's what team goes where, I'm operating on the assumption that we're going to play through each team. It could be that we play through this, and then it's oh, okay, the other two teams resolved their shit, and now we're all meeting in the centralized location. So it could be that we don't actually see or do anything within those other teams. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll have to finish this first.
戦いに来たわけじゃない。サンドロー。
お忘れになられたわけではありませんよね。あなたはファドゥイを勝手に。
Oh, okay.
今も指名手配されて。
So I mean, it is very much like the Mafia, where they're yeah, you can't leave. You were a part of our group. Now you're gone. Now, I think this is a little bullshit because she did mention that she had a deal with the Cryo Archon. So it's very likely that she only worked with them for that deal, and once she had done done her end of the deal and gotten what she wanted, she left. So this is a little bullshit. Dude, the only reason I was here is because of this deal I have with your Cryo Archon. The fact that you're now considering me a fugitive because I leave after my deal is done. I was under contract. I was a contractor for the Fatui. I fulfilled my contract, so I left. That's not deserting, right? Deserting is deserting would be if she had a long-term contract where it's oh yes, and after you resolve this thing, you stay with the Fatui for another 10 years, and she left after 1 year or something like that,
目下同僚だったヨシミと目下同じ危機にさらされている。
いいえ、快来。
サンドローネ、今日は機嫌が。
Yeah, maintenance day. Because, like, they've shown the little, like, key in her back, and there's been, like, memes on Twitter where, like, Columbina is, like, when Sandrone, like, winds down, Columbina turns the crank on her back to power her up again. So there are memes that exist that Columbina, see, as you can see, it's moving around. There's memes that exist that she herself is a robot, right? So it's hard to tell, right? She looks pretty normal. We don't see any, like, obvious joints on her. So it could be that it's just part of her outfit, right? She just has a key on the back because she's kind of, you know, pretending it's cosplay of a marionette, right? She's like, oh, I'm going to put this key on my back and have it spin so we can pretend that I am a robot. Or it could actually be a proper key, you know? Hard to say. So when she says, like, maintenance day, is it maintenance on her? Or is it maintenance she's performing on her machines? Because obviously she had that big guy who is obviously a robot. So she could be just performing maintenance on him, and performing maintenance on machines makes her happy. So that's why she's in a good mood, right? So is it like that? Or is it that she herself is also a robot and she's performing maintenance on herself, which improves her mood?
ちょっとしたお願いが。何か誤解しているんじゃない？私があなたたちを通したのはただの暇つぶしよ。執務室の私の数式は。
But to be fair, like, while we can see that the top part of her shoulders and her face have no joints, she is wearing gloves and completely covering the rest of her body. So it could be that only the top part is just one solid puppet piece, and because you don't really need to move these bits. There's not many moving parts, but, like, it's the joints that are the most, like... So realistically, you would expect that her shoulders would have, like, ball and socket visible joints. But if she doesn't move that hard, and she doesn't need to have that range of motion, she doesn't necessarily need that. But yeah, hard to say.
アルレッキーノに合わせて。いないわよ。実験設計局が完成した後、オンドリとフシャと一緒に帰ったわ。
Rachel, which one was that again? So the rooster is obviously the guy who looks like the penguin. That's the rooster, but the Rachel? So Doctori is Doctori. Who's Regrator? Oh, is that Piero? Is Piero Regrator, maybe? Oh, interesting. Oh wait, no, shit. See, the only ones I was wondering if she was going to say me and you, but she's like, oh wait, no, you're no longer one of us, so I can't say that. Or is she going to say that there was going to be some other Harbinger, but she realized, oh shit, she shouldn't say what other Harbinger is here, so she hid it. So.
月の狩人の標的は私なの。彼と戦うためには
I mean, it could be that Arlecchino got her powers through the iridescent moon. You know, she did say the iridescent moon was the most mysterious of them all. It could be that the reason they were able to merge whatever Arlecchino is afflicted with. Because I don't think she was born like that. I think they did something to her. I think that was actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. It could be a Conrian curse. It could be that she's half Conrian, perhaps, and that's why she has the blackened arms. Or it could be that they did something to her. They experimented. She was one of maybe Doctori's experiments, and they used the iridescent moon as a method of, like, merging the curse of immortality to people without killing them, or merging the powers of the abyss without killing them. So maybe Arlecchino might know because she's the most successful experiment that used it, maybe?
ダメ。言われなくても分かっているわよ。そもそもこの前引き分けになったのは。最近もお茶会はお茶会？ああ、ええ。もちろんやっているわよ。あなたがいなくなったら
Oh no, I guess her hands aren't completely covered up, so she doesn't have any socket joints around her wrist either. So it does make it seem like she is human, and the thing on her back is just like a decoration.
最近のお茶会は賑やかよ。私とアルレッキーノ、そして無礼でつまらないお客さんが何人かいるわ。ずっと私たちからあなたの居場所を聞き出そうとしてくるのよ。とっても素敵でしょ。一番まずいお茶を出したでしょ。私が君を怒らせたと。お茶の良し悪しなんてどうでもいい。お茶会の人数が一人また一人と減ってくのが尺なの。
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they have, I think it's Piero obviously is also Conrian. So they had two, of the 12, at least two of them were flat out Conrian / immortal, with Capitano and Piero. And Arlecchino obviously has something up with her. But then we do know that she's not immortal. Well, we don't know she's not immortal. We do know she's relatively mortal, in that, because we did see her growing up. So she's not super old at the moment, I don't think. Maybe she's older than she looks, you know, maybe she's like 40 or 50, but still looks like she's like 30. Maybe whatever power she has lengthened her lifespan to a degree. But she is relatively mortal and was born relatively recently. So let's beg the question of who she means when no one, like, is she also Onrian? Is she hiding the curse underneath her skin, like she, or is this actually a puppet? Maybe her real body is all cursed and shit, and she's just controlling this body. Although, well, I drink tea though, or who knows? Maybe the portions of her body we can see. So maybe only from her armpits upward has a normal body, but everything below is fucked up, you know? So maybe her torso and legs are all like blackened from the curse. So she might also be another ancient Conrian who has existed for hundreds of years, perhaps.
まずはロザリンでしょ。それからあなた。もう私を笑わせてくれる人はいなくなった。何百年も生きてるくせに。捧げ物の古臭いハーブティーしか飲んだことない。
That's one of the Hexen Circle, right? That sounds like a witchy name. But then again, wouldn't Rosalind? Actually, wait, no. Was Rosalind Arlecchino's? Is Rosalind the previous knave, the one that Arlecchino killed? I can't remember her name. They did name her in it, I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember what it was. Because like Rosalind was killed by Arlecchino, so it would make sense that she's gone. But it could be Rosalind. Could also be one of the Hexen Circle. That seems like a pretty fancy name. Was there an R in the Witch Circle? Did they ever mention an R name? No, R was Rinadaughter, right? Or Rhindaughter. And that was R. So Rosalind probably wouldn't be that then. Oh.
君は毎回違うお茶を出してくれたよね。それもただ私の反応を見るた。ええ、そうよ。それ以外に何があるっていうの？私のつまらない生活の中で珍しく楽しめることだったんだから。ああ、そうだったわ。以前はよくタルタリアを連れてカピターノが来ていたけど、もう一生会えないのよね。
Why would Capitano have brought him? Like, I get Skirk is not a pretty hands-off teacher, and she was never really part of the Fatui Harbingers. Actually, no, I guess technically yes. While she might be considered his master, she only met him briefly. She only met him once, right? He fell into this gap of between the worlds, met her. She trained him for a short while in that realm. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it was like a hyperbolic time chamber. Maybe it was like 6 months in that realm, only was an hour outside in the real world. Either way. So yeah. I guess he might have popped out and then worked under Capitano to gain more strength.
確かにそろそろ久しぶりに集まりたくなってきたわ。プロンニア、アルレッキーノにお茶会の時間よってフェルニアに連絡させて。ついでにこれも伝えて。私の体に月髄。はあ？あなたを招待するなんていつ言ったのよ。女皇陛下の庇護があれば今みたいにあなたの敵に回って。でもその庇護のためにはたくさんの代償を払う必要があった。私は疲れただけ。ああいう壮大な計画は好きじゃないし、何度も力を差し出すよう迫られるような人だったの。
Was that all she... Is that all she got out of it? All she got out of it was Sarita's protection? So they would protect her for... It's like a mafia racket. It's like, yeah, you paid protection fees and all they had to do is drain your entire... Like, drain you of your energy every single day. It's just like, Jesus Christ, like, it's just worse than a mafia. Like, I thought she might have been getting actually something out of it, right? But it seems like all she got was just a place to rest while being protected. And then what'd she have to give? Everything. Like, the only thing she had, her energy, her life force, and she had to give that just to have a place to live and to be protected, which she could have gotten literally anywhere else, right? She could have gotten a job. She could have worked in the inn. Hell, she doesn't, I mean, she might not even need food. She could just, like, live out in the open, in the wilderness, right? Camping and shit. Like, so they provided her something she didn't really need, and they took her life force for it. It's like, gee, that's bullshit.
月神として崇められてた頃を思い出しちゃうから。数百年も経ったのに。あなたが離れたのは想定内よ。私と違う女皇陛下への恩があると言っても、それはかくまってもらった恩と庇護した恩だけ。
Like, so it's such a bullshit deal, then. She got absolutely fucked. Yeah. It's like saying, yeah, I'll protect you. It's like, you just gotta drain a pint of your blood every single day, and we'll protect you forever. It's like, ah, cool. Like, yes, I just gotta slowly die, siphoning my life force to you, all for something that could be provided by anybody. Anyone could have done that, right? And because, like, who is the biggest threat for her? It would have been the Fatui. So it's like, so they hold a gun to your head and say, hey, I won't shoot you if you just give us all your life force, and then we'll quote-unquote protect you. It's like, yeah, but when you're the biggest threat against her, that's not much protection, right? So yes, you're basically just under constant threat. Yeah, so I'm actually surprised she's this pissed at her. I mean, I guess she logically understands why Columbina left, but still, emotionally, she wanted her to stay.
その連中と一緒にいるなら、次に会うときは敵かもしれない。
I mean, that makes sense. We are clearly antagonistic towards the Fatui. We've fought them many, many times. So, if she continues to hang out with someone who constantly gets in their way, she's probably going to be taken out as well. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, like, that's the thing. She can ignore the order to pick her up, right? She can ignore that. But if she hangs out with us, and basically she's just trying to say, yeah, if you continue to hang out with these people, and these people continue to fuck over our plans, and you're with them when they're fucking over our plans, then we're also going to have, at that point, we will have no course of action other than to attack as well. Sarita? Is she here? Oh. So Rosher's here, maybe? Which is crazy, too, because it's like, what? We're inside the facility. Like, this is a Fatui base full of military personnel and weapons and shit. How the fuck could he ever get this close?
自分の命すら危うい。行きなさい。この前はあなたたちにプロンニアとあいつの戦闘を中断させられたけど、
Yeah, exactly. It's the entire the whole facility is rigged for war. How the fuck could you let the Wild Hunt get this close that he comes in this battered and bruised? Also, like, you're in a military facility with state of the art technology. You don't have a means of communication. You don't have like walkie-talkies or a method, something like that. You know, with all the shit you have, he had to run in personally to announce that they were showing up. There's no alarms. There's no telecommunication.
それ以上見つめても分かってる。でもありがとう。だからこんな連中と一緒にいるなって言ったのよ。
I'm a little curious what her motivation of staying is, because she did admit that she has more of a reason to stay. They didn't fix that? We destroyed that earlier. What? Are we gonna actually pilot these things? Or it's just a cutscene? Yeah, it's just like, oh, are we actually gonna pilot? Oh no, it's just a cutscene. Yeah, but then, like, if this is already happening, then how did that guy get, like, injured and come out? You know? Let's beg the question: why is the Wild Hunt? Oh wait, oh I see. I am controlling. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see the thingy. Wait, what the, oh my god! I can't even attack this guy. As I get close, it fucks up. Let's kill these guys then. Yeah, I didn't notice the little. I was gonna say, like, oh, are we actually controlling it? I thought it was just gonna be a cutscene, right? That's pretty fun. Oh, I see. We can't attack down there. We have to wait for them to pull forward a little bit. That's pretty cool, though. Is this a time thing? Yeah, this is definitely... I like the explosion one for this one. The other one was just bullets. That was not fun. Also, I let them get too close to me. Because it took me too long to realize I was actually controlling it. Wait, am I actually killing them? No, they're just in the back. Yeah, honestly, this is not the best one. Like, the sniper should be reserved for the big guys. Like, the little tiny guys, you should mow them down. This one's not as fun. The fact that how precise the bullets are is, like, kind of not fun. And the fact that you have to aim, like, the one super close to you and the one super far away, when, like, one's just a fuckload of bullets. Yeah, like, this is the one the sniper should be aiming at. Because the whole point of sniping a sniper is that these are super high caliber bullets, and you do a lot of damage. So against big lumbering targets like this, you're doing shitloads of damage against the thing that takes fuckloads of damage to die. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Is it a time thing, or does I have to, like, kill a certain number of enemies? It's like someone seems... Oh, wow, what the fuck? What? Yeah, I don't know. Like the time for each one of them seemed irregular, so maybe it's kill a certain number of enemies, and just the number of enemies needed to be killed is different for each robot. So why is he here? Is he chasing after Columbina, or is there something within this facility that he wants himself? Like maybe the remnants of the moon, or maybe he thinks the Marrow is here. You know, disappear or something. Oh, okay. No, he was looking for Columbina. Okay.
恨めしい月目探せそう遠くには行ってないはずだ
Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so it does seem that we are going through each. It does seem like we're going through each of the region's quests. We'll have to double check because maybe not. Because this could be just a cutscene and then we'll swap over. So I don't know how much. I mean, I guess to be fair, our previous one was pretty much mostly a cutscene too. Like it's not like we walked around. We had a cutscene outside, cutscene inside, cutscene fight. So I guess this could be much the same, but.
鋭いね。でも。
この部屋に入るのってこれがスメールスタイルってやつか？確か姉さんはスメール人で、あのトレジャーコンパスを売ってくれた優しい商人。
どれも用途はわからぬが、いろいろと
儀式はいつでも始められ。私は月の狩人の力を目の当たりにしたことも。
Okay, so I've been walking for an hour and 12 minutes. So I'm going to take a slight break. I was actually kind of hoping that with the end of that portion of it, I was kind of hoping it would scale back a bit and be like, okay, you've done this portion. Now we're going to transfer you to the other character, but like you have to go somewhere first, right? So it's like, oh, we're going to transfer you to this character. So essentially to have a good pausing point where I can just like exit the quest. But it seems like they're just going to keep on going. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll still stay logged into the game because I'm going to continue afterwards. But I need to go shower, get something to eat, and then I'll be back. So it shouldn't be too long, like a 5-minute shower. I'll get some. I'll just reheat something and then bring it to my desk and I'll continue. But either way, I've been walking for too long. I could continue to walk. I mean, walking is not the hardest thing to do, but I am sweaty and gross, and I'm getting kind of hungry because I basically just woke up and then immediately walked for an hour and while playing this game. So I'm going to take a short break. You can enjoy Nefer's jaw and boobs. Actually, let's see if there's a... Ooh, okay, this is going to be better. Now you can see Llama's boobs too. Well, okay. Well, this seems like a much more cinematic place to stop. You guys can enjoy her. I will be back very shortly. Just need to get myself showered and dressed and something to eat. Okay, I'm.
私から見てそなたは平凡とは程遠いがな。つまり何が言いたいのだ？やめるつもりか？
受けた依頼を取り消すなんてことはしないよ。でも私が頼りにしてる力があいつに通用するかどうか少し考えさせてほしい。それと予想外の状況になったら死はありふれたもの。幸運な人間にも不幸な人間にも平等に訪れる。だからどう生きるかが問われるんだ。
姉さん、もっとポジティブに言ったらどうだ？死ぬなんて言わない方がいいって。縁起でもない。
ネフェルの言うことももっともだ。何か私に手伝えることはあるか？
ないね。ずっと取っておいた大事な借りを使うことにしたから。ヤフォだ、ちょっと人を探してきてくれるかい？できるだけ早く頼む。
人探しって誰を見つけてくればいいんだ？
この前高額であんたにトレジャーコンパスを。
姉さん、冗談言わないでくれ。あの人が悪徳なわけないだろ。あたいが道に迷って途方。でも誰のことかは分かったから行ってくる。すぐ戻るよ。
Dory?
おや、そなた。
なんですんの？こんな急いで私をもらいっぱいの夢から覚ますなんて。今回は2倍の出張費をいただきますわよ。熟睡中に引っ張ってきたのに怒鳴りつけもせず2倍の出張費で許してくれるなんて。やっぱいい人だ。
ドリー・サングマハベ、そなたたちに関わりがあったとは。
ここで商売をするなら人脈は広ければ広い。私がナドくらいに来たばかりの頃のことですわ。そんな時面倒な戦いに巻き込まれてしまったのですが、オーナー様が助けてくれたのですわ。それからというもの、オーナー様には何でも 30% オフでご提供させていただいておりますがオーナー様のお友達ということで
あなた方にも 20% オフでご提供いたしますわ。さらにお友達をご紹介いただければ、なんとその方も 10% オフになりますの。偉大なるサングマハベイ様はなんて太っ腹なんそうでさて、見たところ何やら面倒ごとに巻き込まれてしまったようですわね。うちにはなんでも揃っておりますわよ。たくさん買えば買うほど割引いたしますわ。
当たりだよ。お宅の店に命を守れる
そういう類の商品は山ほどございますわ。何をお探しでしょう。明朗派の最新の研究結果をもとに作られたゲート。よろしければ相手の情報を教えていただけますと。オーナー様が命を守る商品を欲しがるなんてよほど厄介な相手とお見受けいたしましたわ。
もし相手が国を一つ滅ぶ。
おやおやおや、でしたらそれはもう特別で貴重なお宝が必要になりますわね。
サプライヤー。
何でもできるすんごい女性ですわ。お名前は明かせませんが、もう少ししたらなどくらいを訪れると聞いておりますの。もしお待ちいただけるなら、
じゃあ質問を変えるよ。もしあんたがそういう
そんなことないですわよ。優しいサプライヤーは私にこれを渡してくれましたからね。おいってちょっと
借りるのはダメかい？私も保険として持っとくだけだよ。また返すさ。借りはこの世で一番返しづらいものだよ。それをわかり
ましたわ。ではいつか、いや3日間だけですわよ。1時間超過することに100万も。
もちろん。
もう勘弁してくださいまし。寝起きでこんなことになるなんて思ってもみなかったですわ。まだ用はございますの？ないなら帰って寝たいですわ。
気をつけて帰るといい。
またな、優しい商人さ
ん。よし、今度こそ準備万端だね。これからあんたらの意識は私と一緒に不思議な場面を驚かず声も出さないと約束しとくれ。あの月の狩人の過去がどうなってるのか見てやろうじゃない。 着いた。カーンルイヤの建物、見たことない。家屋、椅子にテープ、月の狩人なんて大層な名前なのに、それかカーンルイヤで。いや、ここはかつて映画を極めたく、もっと探索してみよう。
レリル、今晩残業なんでしょ？だから一人で先にあの新しいお店に。今回はただの下見よ。追伸、新品員から新しい物資が届いたわ。それでティーカップとペンタテを。
署名はなしか。
今日はジョゼフの家で酒を飲んだ。なかなかいい酒だった。だがソリンディスが研究所の用事で手が離せなかったから俺一人で行った。ジョゼフになんで一人なんだと聞かれたが答えられなかった。根掘り葉掘り。だが次も。
ソリンディス、月の。
また穀物の輸入量が減った。正直最近流行っているキノコは好きになれない。あれは錬金術がどれほど発達しようが、
穀物は輸入でしか手に入らず、食べ物は肉と菌類だから家もほとんど石造りなわけだ。錬金術で改良された品種まで食べるなんて。
そろそろ金も貯まった。あれを買ってしまっておかないと。
あれ？こいつはプロだね。どんな手を使っても月の狩人の狂ってもなお昔の習慣が染み。月の狩人がページを持ち去った。
お前に会うまで俺の心は沼のようだった。そこには月が一輪葬られている。枯れた林には風も吹かず、水面にはさざ波一つ立たない。だがお前が俺に俺の心が錆びついていないことを教えてくれた。俺の心はまだ鼓動していた。誰かを愛することができたのだ。
ただのラブレター。なぜか月が一輪。
レリル、こっちだ。
ダイン。おお、そちらはベズルフェルニル様。あなたまでいらっしゃるとは。
宮廷じゃないんだから。
Are we gonna see Dainsleif without his affliction? I mean, Dainsleif looks pretty normal, so it's pretty easy to imagine what he would look like.
暇そうにしていたから酒でも飲もうと誘ったんだ。宮廷の預言者にも休みの
それで今日の議題は？
なんでそんな目で俺を見るんだ。お酒を飲むのに理由なんかいらない。
とぼけるなよ。プロポーズしたんだろ。どうだった？
かの有名な真っ向の剣ダインスレーブさん。
お前がこの友人グループの中で一番最初に、
昔の俺に言っても信じないだろうな。
ただ仕事のことはいつ打ち明けるつもりなんだ。彼女まだ知らないんだろ。
そりゃいい機会を見つけてしっかり話すつもりだ。
そこまでネガティブに考えることないだろう。今まで聞いてた仕事よりいい。それにしても親衛隊の兵士か。よくそんな嘘の身分をでっち上げられたものだ。
もちろん知ってる。
俺にそんな浮ついた話は。ベズル、どうしたんだ？
なんでもない。
ベズル・フェルニル、ダインスレーブの兄貴。カンルイアの有名な預言者。そんな人が俺に何か俺を知ってたのか。俺は弟の友人か、国王に仕える。しかしこの態度、まさか。
茶色のクセっ気、影のある平凡で普通で、怪物を見ることよりも怪物の本当の顔を見ることの方が恐ろしいのかもしれない。
ソリンディス、やけに帰りが早いんだな。
今日は機材のメンテナンス日だったから早めに帰ってきたの。レリルは？何よその顔。何かトラブルでも？
仕事が終わった後、ダインたち。
いいことじゃない。
今日はベズル・フェルニルも来てたんだ。
ああ、ベズル・フェルニルさん？聞いたこと。
彼は俺がプロポーズしたことをダインから聞いたらしい。
だから心配になっちゃったの？別に私たちはすごい人でも何でも。ああいうお方はもっと遠くの未来を見てるはず。
そうかもな。
そんな心配しないで。 ずっと一緒に暮らしてきたじゃん。
なんだ、ちゃんと考えてくれ。
ちょっと時間が欲しいって言ったでしょ。こういうのは焦っちゃダメよ。
わかった。もちろんお前の気持ち。平凡。そうだよな。未来が見える人は今をちゃんと見れるのか。王朝の聖水、上の人間の一つの決断、一つの考えで全てが変わってしまうかもしれない。陛下は今ご自身の研究に没頭した。反対派は抗議の声を上げたが、それっきり沈黙した。なんでかは俺がよく知ってる。人が剣を持つ理由は無数にある。そして剣を抜いた瞬間、他人のために手を血に染めてきた人間は安寧な暮らしをどれだけ享受できるんだ。ソリンディス、いや、なんでもない。お前の言う通りだな。俺たちみたいな平凡な人間は運命に愛されることも憎まれることもない。俺もお前も普通の毎日を幸せに過ごせる。
でしょ。だから元気出してレリル。ほら、私はあなたの体温、あなたと一緒だとなぜだか嬉しくなるの。
そうだな、ソリンディス。
さあ、これ以上ため息ついてると二人してどんどん気分が。
ああ、俺はまだ用事があるから。
あなたってばおい
安心にしてもお前も大したもんだな。プロポーズの返事をしてくれてない
So
のに。
my bet is that she's of the Crimson Moon bloodline and he's going to be tasked with killing her.
そりゃあ誘うわよ。
Seems like he's an assassin. So he's not a king's guard, he's probably an assassin for the king.
これはこれ、それはそれよ。ごっちゃに。
はあ、わかった。今日は白い。
どうやら月の狩人レリルは自分が国の特務機関で働いていることを隠し、
well, so a spy, not an assassin.
恋人にもう一つの身分を知られたくないようだ。あいつも私と同業者だったと。さて、
Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see a reflection of him in there.
月の狩人さん、あんたのおかげでこの前の逮捕がうまくいったよ。赤月の残党32人、王女者67人も一斉検挙だ。
Yeah, 100%. His fiance is going to be either a Crimson Moon or an accomplice.
何度も王朝が更迭してるのに。
まったくだ。国実が赤月にとって変わるのは天命だ。しかも陛下は万物を見抜かれる。陛下のおかげで俺たちの生活もどんどん良くなってる。
Interesting. So I thought it was the Conrians who... So the Crimson Moon is the moon that they created. That was a fake moon, basically. So after the war, I think there was a... Or was it the Crimson Moon tribe? Was this part of the war against the returned dragon, or was this a separate thing? But yeah, because we had heard before that it's like against the rules, against the law, to create a fake moon. And that's what the Crimson Moon thing is, I think. And they did allude that someone did try to create a fake moon. I just thought it was the Conrians. but it seems like it wasn't. But it was another civilization at the time of the Conrians who created a fake moon, got their ass handed to them, and now the remaining Conrians are setting out to kill them all. But my bet is that Felindus is one of the Crimson Moon tribe, and I think he's going to personally kill her, and that's gonna like fuck him up.
カンルイヤには死んだ月なんかいらん。だが、この道理をどうしても理解できない奴がいるみたいだな。いつまでも美しい。
そうとも言い切れないさ。赤月は確かに懐かしむに値するいい時代だ。それに、赤月が残した秘密の中には、未だに解明されていないものもたくさんある。
Oh, okay. So this could be of the time. So this might not be a recent thing then. So this could actually be that this could be the war when the ancient dragon god came back stained with the abyss, and the war that led to the fracturing of the two moons. It could be that at that time, during that war, there was a civilization that created a fake moon, the Crimson Moon, and that moon was also destroyed as part of that war. And this is not something, because, secrets remain unsolved to this day. So it could be that it's been many years, many hundreds of years, centuries, millennia since that happened, and there are still remnants of that tribe. Although, it seems to be the fact they were able to find 60 people, or how many was it? 32. 32 is still a lot for a tribe. I don't know. Maybe there could be little small scattered tribes around, but interesting. It is weird though that after so long that they're trying to kill them now. Why are you all of a sudden so aggressive to a long dead civilization and their remaining remnants? Now, I guess they could. It could just be that their ideology is more like moon worship, and so for Conrians who don't want to have deity worship at all, if these are extreme atheists, they're like, no, there are no gods, fuck gods, we're gonna go have a war against the gods. Having people who believe in gods and romanticize these gods, they could be just a theological dispute, perhaps. But yeah, $10 says that Felindus is one of those people.
どう言えばいいと思う。俺は陛下の勅命を受けた処刑人で、この両手は血に染まってるんだ。
別にあんたが望んだことじゃないだろう。あんたも俺も孤児だ。これでも、そのツケは俺に回ってくる。そうだ。赤月の血筋に対するチェックを強化した方がいい。
I see. So there's a method that they can use to detect them. And so he's probably going to use it. Or she, yeah. So basically she's going to get found out. Yep.
俺の未来、結婚に物申したい輩がいるんだろう。おそらく。
心配もわかる。この頃はそれで命を落とす同僚も多かったからな。赤月の奴らは死を待つ子羊なんかじゃない。牙を持つ猛獣だ。気をつけろよ、月の狩人さん。あんたの結婚式、楽しみに。
I also do find this kind of weird, right? He's one of the great sinners, right? Of which there are only 5. So maybe this is early in his career, right? So maybe only after killing his fiancée, or maybe after maybe he witnesses his fiancée getting killed, right? It could be that she's caught and then is maybe killed by Verdofnir, and maybe that's why Verdofnir was reticent, because he knows that she is one of the tribe, and so he would like to give Rashar his blessing, but knows that it's not going to lead anywhere because of her lineage. But it does beg the question of, okay, Verdofnir, clearly important dude, right? So having him be one of the sinners, it makes sense. I don't see why Rashar would be considered one of them, though, unless the death of his fiancée leads him to be even more involved in the government, and maybe that's why. But anyway, I need to refresh my water, so I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I'm back. But yeah, if my assumption is correct and Verdofnir knew what would happen, that would actually that would make him clairvoyant because he understood. Oh shit, you're engaged to someone that is going to be found and revealed as a descendant of the Crimson Moon, and we're going to kill. So he understands. Oh shit, that's going to be a problem, even at that point.
お前も気をつけろよ。ソリンディス、隠すことは本意じゃないんだ。できれば、でもだからこそ隠し通さないといけないと思ってる。月に照らされた王朝は過去に葬られた。今は太陽がここを照らしているというのに、未だ死んだ月の魂を。だからベズルフェルニルは隠そうとしていたのか。宮廷内の知られざる話に関わるから俺に言えなかったのか。ちゃんと聞き出さないと。
レリルは相当ベズルフェルニルの預言者、ベズルフェルニル。この辺はもう全部見たし、もう他の記憶は。
I forget, was Dainsleif also one of the sinners? Like, I don't think he was one of the sinners. I forget who specifically was one of them. So like there was there's Verdofnir, obviously. I think the king, I would assume, is one of them. And then there's the one who was that Hilichurl's father. Cheribert's father was one of the sinners too. I forget who it was. I forget what his name was. I don't think that was Verdofnir. I think it was someone separate. So if the king was one, Verdofnir is another, Cheribert's father is another. He's one of them, which is like weird because it's like, I mean, sure, he's close enough to the king to be part of his spy network, and maybe that's it. Maybe he becomes the head of the spy network after all the bullshit that's about to happen. Although it's kind of weird. It's like, why would you trust them so much after, you know, your fiancé is killed?
他の場所にも行ってみるとするか。この黒い霧は。
もう結局遅刻してるじゃない。レリルったらただじゃ置かないんだから。
お姉さん、誰か待ってるの？
あら、いいわよ。
ありがとう、お姉さん。でもお姉さんほど綺麗なお花はないかも。
まだ小さいのに人を喜ばせるのが上手なのね。
嘘じゃないよ。僕のこの目に誓うよ。
あなた、
僕の話を聞いてくれる？
あなたは誰なの？
僕が誰かなんて重要じゃないよ。最近あまりにもたくさんの仲間が殺されちゃったから、リスクを。
Those are Arlecchino's eyes.
接触したんだ。
Arlecchino has X's for eyes. I'm pretty sure. So is the curse she had, is she a descendant from the Crimson Moon tribe? Or is it they did something to her to infuse the power of the Crimson Moon into her, and that's why she has that curse?
この前、月の狩人と部下の襲撃があってね。
ちょっと待って。どうして急に待って、
最後まで聞いて。その人の名前は皮肉なものだよね。 お姉さんに求婚までした。簡単だよ。
おかしい。今の記憶にレリルは自分が立ち会ってない晩、なんで彼女の記憶が。儀式の時間はそろそろ終わる。
先ほどのがそなたの力か。私たちを連れて。
これ以上聞くなら金取る。
姉さん、あたい姉さんへの尊敬で胸がいっぱいだよ。こんなすごいことができるなんて知らなかった。
Interesting. That's not what she said in Japanese, but
でもまだ見足りないな。あの後まだまだいろいろありそうだったのに。
I mean, it was mostly the same. She just didn't repeat that thing. That we're not worthy thing.
私も気になるけど、この儀式には制限時間。幸い
私たちの方は順調だったが、特に旅人たちの任務は容易ではない。無事であることを願おう。
I mean, did we learn much? I mean, he did mention her name. He did mention her name when he got his body. I thought he was like all angry and stuff though. So did Thelindis betray him maybe? And that's what led him to getting screwed over so much. Like maybe he was trying to protect her, but then she betrayed him in the last minute, and like led to him getting fucked over, and that's why he. I don't know. It's been a while since that Archon patch. I'm pretty sure he said her name in anger, not that he was like, "Oh man, I want her. Where is she?" Or maybe whatever. So cool. Like we know what he used to live like, but it doesn't really tell us what his goal is. Well, actually, no. I mean, the Cursed Moon, it could be that Thelindis' connection to the Red Moon, maybe he just hates all moons. I don't know. It seemed deeply personal for Colombino.
心配なら見に行ったらどう？
姉さんはいつも記録や整理に時間。もう2日もずーっとこの辺をうろちょろしてるぜ。しつこいな。気づかれてはないみたいだけど、あいつらがパトロールしてるせいでオイラたちの帰り道がずーっと塞がれてるぞ。できるのか？オイラたちを見つけたらすぐ月の狩人に危ない。
頑張れ。あとちょっとだ。ここを抜ければ。ここにもこんなにいるのかよ。
Why are we even here? Like, we're on an island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Why the fuck are we here instead of at the secret base with everybody else? And like, this is like we would have had to go past the secret base from. Oh no! I see Arlecchino's gonna show up. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, she has the X eyes. So so it does beg the question: is she a descendant from the Crimson Moon tribe, or did they do something to her? Because even as a child, she still had the X eyes, so it could be a bloodline thing. But it also could just be that she's always been experimented on, right? Like, she could have been experimented on as a child, which led her to have the blackened hands and feet and cross-shaped pupils. And so one would assume, then, that the fire that she's using, this is a fire from the Crimson Moon, so it might be that just the moon powers in general, regardless of what the moon is from, are still just the Wild Hunt's incredibly weak to. Either that, or she just is that powerful. The fire she produces is just really strong. I mean, this is what I find a little bullshit, right? Freedom comes at a heavy price. Really? Because your Fatui have us as a criminal, and we're being arrested on sight. So if I paid the price, if most of my power was the price I paid for freedom, then why the fuck are you hunting me down, right? Now, obviously, it doesn't seem like the Harbingers are like really going out of their way to actually capture her, but like the fact that the Fatui just have a general order to capture her is still, a little bullshit, considering that she supposedly helped Sarita for her freedom. And
久しいな、コロンビーナ。それからハウス・オブ・ハースの大切なお客人。
久しぶり、アルレッキーノ。
Why are we there, though? Like, I thought we were gonna have a tea party. I assumed we were gonna have a tea party with She mentioned the tea party, so it's like, yeah, it's a little surprising that we didn't. Yeah, assuming this is more powerful. But yeah, I mean, like, that's the weird thing, is like, so we were told, like, she was going to relay a message that we wanted tea, but I would assume we would have it here, right? So it's kind of weird that we left, and even still, why would we have tea in the middle of bumfuck nowhere instead of, like, in the town or something? Especially because we left without even being told where to go. So how do we know... Why were we there, and how did Arlecchino know to find us there? Like, we weren't told where to go, so even if it was like, oh, she relayed... Like, Sandrone left a message with Arlecchino, hey, Arlecchino, go to this place for a tea party, right? We weren't told where that was, so why would we have been there?
あいつここまでやるなんて。
何か手伝いましょうか？
邪魔しないで。忙しいのがわからないの？
Is this gonna be Alice?
その声は。
サンドローネさん、こんにちは。
Oh, these guys.
お父様からここへ来るように言われて。
I mean, I guess Arlecchino's gonna show up. It'd be crazy if they appeared as well. I don't see how they can
フレ
help.
ミネだっけ？こっちに来て修理を手伝って。リネは好きにして。でも、私の機械に触らせないように、妹をちゃんと見張ってなさい。
I guess, yeah, Freminate presumably made his little robot penguin, so I guess he's also a mechanical, not necessarily a genius, but...
故障するんだから、二人で掃除でもしててよ。ボン。
I like Freminate.
リネット。
I like her design, I
下の
like her
階を片付け
personality.
よう。フレミネ、ここは任せたよ。
任せて。
待って。棚の中にまだお茶があるはずだ。
But yeah, so if we're going to the secret base, why the fuck were we in the middle? Why were we at that? Why did we go all the way over here to meet Arlecchino, to then come all the way back here? You know, like if this was the secret base, and we left from here, why would we go, like, why would we go across the ocean to here and then go further away from the secret base? Like, there's literally no path from here that would make sense. You know? The obvious place where we would connect is go across here, right? And even if it was something like, oh, Columbina can, like, teleport back to her Silver Moon Hall, like, for free, like, it's like, yeah, free teleport, right? So it's like, oh, okay, we'll just teleport back here, and then, like, this is still out of the way. Why would we ever be here? Like, well, I just do not get this. Like, there was nothing there we were looking for. Like, it's not like we were like, oh, good, like, let's gather some things up real quick. It's like, we went from here, all the way up here, and then somehow even further away from the secret base all the way here to meet Arlecchino, to then come back here. Now, logically, it would be that when Sandrone was like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna have you meet with Arlecchino," and then in the grand scheme of things, you might be like, "Oh, well, maybe that's the close." Like, and if we look at where Fontaine is, right? Fontaine is all the way over here, right? So, if Fontaine is here, and so Arlecchino would have come across here, she would have landed here or here. And obviously, coming directly to the Fatui place would make the most sense, right? Because that's where their home base is. So it makes sense that them meeting here. Now, it could be that Sandrone was like, oh, we're under attack, so meet somewhere else. But, like, maybe the main city. The main city is, like, why would we be here? Like, it makes, like... So, basically, I don't like writing like that, because basically, the only reason we were there was so that Arlecchino could show up and beat the Wild Hunt easily. Like, that's it. Just for the cool factor. Which is, I mean, it's not a problem per se. It's like, yeah, sure, it was a cool scene, right? But, like, why the fuck were we there in the first place? Like, that's not explained. Like, there was no reason for us to be there. And I could be proven wrong, right? We could pop into secret base, and in our discussions, we might realize that actually we did go here and we picked something up. And that's why we were there. We were looking. We heard something from, like, to prep for our Arlecchino meeting or prep for against the Roshir fight. We went here to pick something up. Sure. But I don't like that, right? Where it's like, yes, this doesn't make any sense. There's no reason why the situation even occurred, but we just did it for the cool. Oh, it looks cool. Like, like. There are so many easy ways you could have made it make sense. Like, the simple fact of, like, if Sandrone said, you know, what's that island's name? Do we have an island name for this? It's not even named. It's an unnamed thing. So, like, so it's like, Sandrone could have been like, oh, okay, well, she could have mentioned the location. She could have been like, you know, last I heard Arlecchino, she went, you know, to the southwest island of... She was investigating something in the southwest island of the Frost Moon, plan, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, that's why we went there. We would have gone there looking for her, right? Makes sense. But they didn't. It was like, yep, like, sure, I'll send a message. Actually, shit, what was? Or did let's see, Colombina gave a message too. I forget what that message was. What was the message? I don't think what the message Colombina said was anything useful though, or like that would have indicated where we were going to meet. So again, it just doesn't make any sense. The situation happened. It would just happen so that they could have that cool scene, and that's it. I like the scene, but I just don't like how they implemented it. Right? Like I don't like how they instigated it to begin with. It's reminiscent of my complaints of Wuthering Waves. Like Wuthering Waves has some really good scenes, but they don't make like the way they explain the scenes or the way the scenes come to be make no sense. They're just like, yeah, we just thought this would be cool, so we added it. Elden Ring does the same, but Elden Ring doesn't even try to do a consistent, cohesive story. So having it make no sense is just the norm for the game. So it's like, yeah, well, when nothing makes any sense, one extra thing that doesn't make any sense doesn't really matter. But for other games like Genshin and like Wuthering Waves, they're trying to tell a consistent story and trying to explain the world to you. When you do this random bullshit for no reason, you're just like, it just makes it confusing. And at least for this, it doesn't at least this doesn't break anything, right? Like, it doesn't, like having us be there, it makes no sense because there's like, we have no purpose of being there, but it's not like us being there like breaks anything. It's not like us being there changes how the world works. And that's kind of the problem with Wuthering Waves is that they would have things they would have situations be formed in ways that are inconsistent with the ways they've explained the world. They're like, yeah, the world works like this. And it's like, oh, okay, now the situation happened. But like, well, the situation shouldn't have happened if the world worked the way you told us it worked, right? Like, so that's why I find that's why I just really dislike. Because not only does the situation make no sense of how it started, it actually flies in it contradicts something you've already established. Whereas this didn't really like conflict with anything. Like us being there doesn't change anything at all. It just makes no sense because it's like, why the fuck were we there? Like, if we were gonna go over there to get the moon fragment, and they'd be another thing if we had already met Arlecchino, right? If we had already met Arlecchino, and she's like, oh, this is where I stored the fragment, please go get it. Please just move it down. That's fine. If we had already met Arlecchino and she was like, oh yeah, I stored it at this location for safekeeping, fine, right? But it seems like not. So yeah, we were just there. We were just there so that we would be by ourselves, so that we would have to run from the Wild Hunt just so Arlecchino could beat the Wild Hunt. And this is like, okay, like, so you just wanted a random scene for fun? Like, I mean, it's fine. As I said, it was a cool scene, but like, you could have also made it make sense. You could have actually, because like, it doesn't take much, right? If you just explain, oh, by the way... Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, I need more of these things, so I'm just gonna, since I saw some enemies, I'll kill them. So yeah, it could have been an easy thing, right? Like you could have just said, hey, you could have had Sandrone mention something like that. You could have said, hey, Sandrone could have said, oh yeah, I heard of something, or there might be something important there. Oh hey, or you could have had I mean, all sorts of other shit, really. to finish. You know, like you could have added a one line, and that's the other thing too. But like even for like Wuthering Waves shit, like they do the exact same. They make the exact same problems where it's like, yeah, because you could have easily explained the situation in a one liner to be like, yeah, all you would have had to do is had this person say this, and then that would explain why they're there. Simple little like plot hole things where it's just like, yeah, you could have just like you just need one extra sentence or change the way the sentence worked out. Like the complaint I had earlier, where they were like, "Oh, they tell us to run, they tell us to break through the wild hunt, but what they really mean is they need you to stay there and beat the wild hunt." Right? You could, if Aino said we need to beat these guys quick so that we can escape. That's all you need to change. I'm probably not Aino. You probably would have Flynn say this. Let's quickly beat these guys so that we can escape. It would have put in your mind that you needed to stay and fight, right? But both what the NPCs said and then what the quest dialogue said, made it seem like you should just be running and not staying and fighting. And that's a problem, obviously, because it just makes it confusing.
人が減った気がするぞ。フリンズたちは？
俺が一足先に来たんだ。フリンズはアイノやイネファと一緒に踊りの機械を設置して。計画のために時間を稼いでる。
姉さんは今後片付けに忙しいから集めた情報を持って先に合流してくれって。
なるほど。じゃあ早速本題に入るとしよう。この人がお前たちの連れてきた助っ人か？
はじめまして。コロンビーナとはお茶会仲間で、今回は招かれてお手伝いに来た。アルレッキーノと呼んでくれ。
あれはこの瞳、どこかで見たことがある気がする。
アルレッキーノか。ファトス大王院もそんな名前だったな。
ほう、大団長様は見識が広い。モンド出身でナドくらいに住んでいるというのに、スネージナヤの動向についても意識なさっているとは。
そりゃお互い様だな。
ゲン・ファトス。
急に雰囲気が重くなった。
I mean, you say that, but Colomina herself is a harbinger, although obviously not currently affiliated with them.
軽々しく信用できない。
少し気になるんだが、月神の嬢ちゃんはもうファデューを離れたんだろ？
Yeah, I'm really curious if she has those eyes from an experiment or if she was born with them. Now that we know that these eyes are associated with the Crimson Moon, and it has to do with some sort of bloodline. I mean, it could be that maybe she is a long time descendant, and all they were able to do was just like condense or like resonate with the bloodline, so like basically awakened her powers. Like maybe most descendants at this point, since it's been so long, don't really have much any power, but they're able to like amplify or awaken them. Any potential descendants, maybe. But, I mean, I imagine it'll be a while. I mean, I could honestly, I could see them answering that, because it did make it seem like we're going to learn more about Rasha as well. So we might learn more about the descendants of the Red Moon.
ナドくらいはモンドに属していない。それなのに、報酬よりも制御不能になるリスクを避けることを優先すべき場合もある。もちろん、メリットが全くないというわけではない。だが、 それは私とコロンビーナの間の個人的なことだ。
I mean, like Arlecchino instrumental in helping us save the whole of Fontaine. Yes. And she got a gnosis for her trouble, right? Like, I wouldn't say I would trust her because of that. Like, first of all, so like, yes, Arlecchino helped us save Fontaine. Oh, you mean the place where she lives? The place where her home base is? Oh, she went and saved the place where she lived, and all she got for it is one of the 7 things of power that only Archons have? And you're saying that like I wouldn't trust her because of that. She has a ton of personal interest in this. She's personally invested in keeping her home not destroyed, and she got an incredibly rare, valuable, like an incalculably valuable thing for it. Right? It's fucking insane. How you would? Who the fuck would trust someone like that? Like, no, I wouldn't trust someone like that. Fuck that. Fuck no. Like, it's one thing if she was like, because like even just the fact that she lives there, that would make me not trust her, right? Because it's like this is her home, right? Fontaine is about to be completely destroyed, so having someone help to protect her home is like, okay, well, like, clearly that alone makes her heavily invested with personal interest. So I wouldn't I wouldn't trust her because of that, right? You know, it's one if this was like saving Sumeru or other places where she doesn't live or have any vested interest, and she helps someone out. Like if we ask her really nicely and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll help you save Mondstadt or I'll help you save this and that," sure, right? Then I would trust her because it's like, oh, okay, well when we needed help, she provided help, even though she didn't have to, and she had no reason to do it beyond being a nice person. Sure, but like no. She's deeply personally invested of keeping her home, alive, and then she got the gnosis for it. Like, and that was the main purpose. Like, Linny and Lynette were breaking into the fucking the theater to steal the gnosis. Like, that's what they were there for, right? So they were there to steal the thing in the first place. So she gets the thing that they were trying to steal, for and saves her home and her and her hearth. Like, yeah, like, I wouldn't trust. Yeah, I would not. I'm not saying I'm confident to trust her just because of that. Fuck that. No. Yeah, exactly. The Fatui are complete assholes, and even the Harbingers are kind of like Child did a lot of bullshit to Leeway. Just because he seems like a personable dude, I wouldn't trust her at all because she's still out there to steal shit. Yeah.
多くの不愉快な摩擦が存在していたことは十分に理解している。故に今回の行動は私の個人的誠意を示して早速一つ明かそう。私はコロンビーナの力を回復するために。
Interesting. Is it because of her connection to the Red Moon, or did she have the marrow at one point?
他の議題はあるか？始めてくれ。
誠意を示すって言いながら肝心な内容は言わなかったな。しれっと話題を次の議題に移されたから突っ込みづらくなったし。でも今は信じるしかない。執行官第4位。手強そうな雰囲気だな。
そこまで言うなら、月髄を見つける方法についてはアルレッキーノさんを信じよう。
みんな聞いてくれ。まず月の狩人の正体は
赤月の残党？
ああ、記憶の中で赤月とか黒日とかについて話してた。
私の知る限り赤月と黒日はどっちもカーンルイヤの王朝の名前だ。
Oh, okay. So it's not that. So they were still Conrians. They were still considered Conrians, even though they were different tribes or empires or whatever. Or actually, wait, no, dynasty. Because dynasty indicates one rule, right? It's I think the only thing we really know about these days is like Chinese dynasties, but it's the Ming dynasty, the Yang dynasty or whatever. But like it indicates them ruling over the same location. So I guess maybe the Red Moon dynasty was the previous rulers, and they were maybe destroyed or whatever, and then basically the previous current rulers of Conria then took over. So it's not like they were separate places. They're not like two kingdoms in the same at the same time period. It was these were the people who ruled, and then they fucked up. Interesting. But what's even more interesting though is that Colombina looked at Arlecchino when that first came up.
はるか昔、カーンルイヤ人は赤月を信仰して、月の投影から不思議な力を得ても、クーデターで赤月は国実にとって変わられた。新しい王朝の統治が始まって、国実がカーンルイヤの象徴になった。
Oh, I thought they were the ones who created them, because the Crimson Rune should be the fake moon. And I thought they were the ones who created it. But if they seem like they just worshipped it.
赤月王朝が滅亡してから長い年月が経った後も、国実王朝の最後の君主、国王は赤月の秘密を狙って月の狩人に密かに赤月の残党を捕らえるよう命じていたのだ。その時の月の狩人はまだ狂気に陥っていなかった。至ってどうした？
ベゼルフェルニルレインドット
Yeah, okay, so he was...
ソリンディスソリンディス
well, okay, so he was pissed at Verdofnir and Rindata. Was he mad at the Lindis? Or was that sorrow? So maybe Verdofnir and Rindata killed her, Thelindis. And he's just sorrowful that he was not able to protect her, maybe?
他に手がかりはその恋人がどういう
彼女は神秘院の研究員だったみたいだ。
それから月の狩人の破片にはなぜかソリンディスの記憶。
そうか。結構情報が集まったな。とにかくそれなら Well,
yeah, like obviously it was not he was born a sinner, right? He was probably a normal dude. And I mean, I imagine most of his insanity comes from the fact that his existence was shredded away 500 years ago, and he's been slowly rebuilding his psyche. I mean, that's gotta fuck you up in the head. Especially if, like, maybe the reason why he got so fucked over is because he was betrayed.
なんでそんなこと気にするんだ？待てよ。もし確かに隊長みたいにな恋人を見つけられたら月の狩人を元に戻せるかもしれない。
I doubt it, because wasn't the whole point if you're pure-blooded you have the eyes, and she didn't have the star eyes.
可能性はあるが、希望を奇跡にネフェルの知り合いだというあの少年。
Also, like, the Curse of Immortality doesn't really, like, leave you completely normal, right? Like, isn't the whole point that Hilichurls are all old Conrians? Like, all Hilichurls are Conrians that have been cursed by immortality are in that form. Like, Roger's not a good example, because obviously his body, he only just regained his body, so he didn't even have a body. Dainsley has a normal body for the most part. So do Capitano and Piero, but, like, there don't seem to be that many Conrians that actually retained their body to or at least the shape of their body. So, like, what are the odds that this random girl was able to survive in her original body? Like, also, she didn't have the star eyes, so, like, maybe she's not. That actually also is an interesting question, is that if she was a remnant of the Crimson Moon dynasty and had their blood, would that affect her differently? Like, when the Eclipse dynasty was fucked, was it literally everybody in Conria, or maybe only Conrian citizens that had the blood of the Eclipse Dynasty? So maybe the Red Moon Dynasty was not included.
旅人パイモン、コロンビーナ、そしてあれで他のやつら。
ここに来るまでの間、クータルを追うこのままでは、ここで生活している一般人までも。
あたいは非分の館に戻って。
みんなそれぞれ役目があるってのは、ワイルドハントも活発になってきているし、ライトキーパーも動き始めるだろう。ここのことをフリンズに伝える。俺はしばらくここに残る。フリンズ、アイノとイネファが戻ってきたら。
時間がないようだから急ごう。
こちらもすぐに作戦を始めて、なるべく時間を稼ぐ。
そう気負わなくていい。思いっきりやってくれ。
But yeah, I mean, like Ardalchino did brush it aside. She's like, oh, well, yeah, we tried to make things as frictionless as possible, but like when interests converge, obviously there's going to be conflict. But it's like, dude, you do realize you just unilaterally invaded them, right? Like you were supposed to stay the fuck away, and you just showed up and started building your shit and stealing this land's energy. You put the machines around the Columbina statues to siphon away their energy. It's like, this is not, this is an invasion by your people, violating your previous treaties. And you're like, whoops, like, sorry, we tried to make this as frictionless. Oh yes, you tried to make your invasion frictionless as possible. You say as you continue trying to steal stuff from everybody.
早かったですか？それ
ちと遅かったな。みんなすでに次の行動を始めてる。そっちは順調だったか？
まずかな。どれくらい持ちこたえられるかはわからない。後でもう一回制作に取り掛かるけど。一旦休ませて。そうだ、イネファ。
さっきかしこまりました。ファルカさんはアームスバルトニル湖でワイルドハントの源を調べたところ、おとりだったとおっしゃっていましたね。しかし以前フリンズさんが提供してくれた情報によると、当時月の狩人はまだ完全復活しておらず、力も限られていました。
フリンズ、ライトキーパーはこの地でずっとワイルドハントに対抗してきた。アイノ、お前ならただのおとりじゃない。もっと俺とイネファはアームスバルトニル湖に行って他。
やったー！ファルカおじさんならそう言ってくれるって思ってたんだ。約束通り来週は
情報を更新。アイノの
どういう意味だい？
お二人はあなたが
誰でも同じ判断をするだろう。
アームスバルトニル湖の調査はイネファに任せてください。作戦会議の場所には全体を指揮できる人が待機しておく必要があります。それに
どうやら一番楽な仕事を譲ってもらっちまったみたいだ。
See, and they lock, and this, look, it came out of the section. As you can see, though there's borders on here that stop me from leaving. So why didn't they do that for the previous quest, right? Like in the quest where you can easily get out of. So like it's stuff like that, where it's like they could have just easily put a little, like they could have easily locked me into that thing, into the fight. But anyway, here we go.
Iい場所だ。総会をつなぐ扉にふさわしい。
アルレッキーノ、オイラたちを連れてきたってことは何かいい考えでも？オイラたちは何もわからないままなんだぞ。コロンビーナでさえ後月の月髄の行方がわからないのに、どうして？
簡単な話だ。私が赤月の王族の血筋であり、総会の炎の生き残りだからだ。
So yeah, I was right. She is so she always had those eyes then. It's not like they experimented on her. Oh, well, I mean, they could have still experimented on her. Maybe her bloodline wasn't super strong, and they were able to do something to awaken it in her, which then led her to have the eyes and the hands. Surviving members of the two worlds. Which is interesting, though, because she is not super old, right? So, like, they were already trying to kill the bloodline of the Crimson Moon even 500 years ago before Conrad fell. So how the fuck are you still alive, right? Because not only did your dynasty fall, but then the previous dynasty tried to wipe you out, and then it's been 500 years since. So how are you? Like, how is the royal bloodline still going?
本当か？それってさっき。
驚くのも無理はない。私も初めてだが落ち着いて考えた後、すぐに幼い頃から特殊な炎を操れることには気づいていた。激しく感情が動いた時、血縁の力を使いすぎた時、炎の中からこの両手もその何かのせいだ。最初は呪いだと思っていたが、執行官になってから。
Chester. Fuck, I have to go look up. It's like we've met them all. I forget who. I just don't know who all of them are, especially by these monikers. And why did the Chester know this stuff? Okay, but this does go to show that she it's not like they did anything. So she wasn't experimented on. She just was like this, and then she was picked up by the previous knave and raised to be an assassin. Interesting. It is weird though that like how so despite them trying to despite the dynasty falling, and despite them trying to wipe out that every remnant of the dynasty, not only did they fail, they have someone of royal blood. Their bloodline was able to survive past that and 500 years further.
そしてここ数年の調査を経て、私はようやくいくつかの事実、その一つが、赤月というのは、光月が砕けた後、女神が自らの生命を維持するために、アビスと結合した。
So I previously thought the Crimson Moon was a fake moon that was brought. So Columbina's moon has been corrupted by the abyss. That's a shame. Wait. Or no, is it a different moon? Fuck, I forget. What were there were 3 moons. They said 2 of them were shattered. So this could be, because there's the scattered remnants, so it should be one of the destroyed moons then. No, that was her. Yeah, but she said this marrow is her marrow. So I thought her moon was the only one that survived, unless they mean all 3 moons were destroyed, but they don't consider the 3rd moon destroyed because it was able to patch itself together with the abyss.
私が使う血縁は赤月から得た力だ。光月の権能を持ち、アビス、知っての通りの存在だ。私はアビスの力を利用するが、アビスも私の魂を狙っている。
侵食が心臓まで届いた時、君は。
その通り。だから私はなるべく力を温存している。
アルレッキーノ。
詳しい話はまた次の機会にとっておこう。赤月と光月について。
カーンルイヤ人が信仰してた赤月は3つの月のうちの月を信仰してたなんて、その頃のカーンルイヤ人って今。
歴史の多くは塵と共に生
Oh
まれた。
yeah, Frostmoon was one of them. Iridescent. Wait, that's the weird thing. I thought that so they make it seem like Iridescent was Columbina's one, but Columbina's one should be the only one that wasn't destroyed, wasn't it? Or do we just assume that Columbina was the? Yeah, because I always assumed that Columbina was the moon goddess of the only moon that wasn't destroyed. But if we need to get the iridescent marrow because that's the marrow of her moon, then maybe that's not the case.
だが、私はカーンルイヤ人がそれほど月を信仰していたとは思えない。光月の亡骸はアビスとその後、誰かがアビスに直接触れる方法を発見したのか、はたまた理念の食い違いが生じたのか。
And it does make sense that why the last king of the Eclipse Dynasty was trying to look for them, because he was basically he wanted to reconnect with the Abyss.
しかし、たとえ黒き太陽が空高く昇ろうとも、赤き月の光が。
初めて会った時から懐かしい雰囲気、ずっとその姿の向こうに あの不思議な赤い月を感じてた。
秘密を守ってくれたこと、感謝する。赤月については、さて、他の疑問に答えている余裕はもうない。
Wait, so that's kind of weird
行
then.
動を
Like,
始めよう。
then who has, or does she have her own marrow? Is that it? Because we have like in theory, with Arlecchino providing this marrow, we have the marrow of all three moons. One of the marrows inside us, one of the marrows inside Columbina, and this is the third one we're looking for. I could have sworn that they said that the one that Arlecchino knew about was her original one, was Columbina's one. But if it had been corrupted and the moon had long since been corrupted, it's very unlikely that Columbina is the moon goddess of that moon. And there must be a fully complete moon somewhere else. I'll have to go back and double check what the names of the moons were because I keep forgetting.
私から君に渡す光月はもとも
Oh,
と君の出自に深く関わってる。
Oh, okay. Never mind. So Columbina has the iridescent moon, which is the one that we're looking, which is her moon. We're looking for the third one, which is Columbina's one.
取引成立だな。
始めようってここでか。
私が執行官になった時、道家がペリンヘリ。
Wait, that doesn't make sense though, because like, why? If we're going, the Crimson Moon is the iridescent moon. So then, why would Columbina's essence be with it? Oh no, Piero is the jester. That's it. That makes sense. Because obviously Piero is another. It's like French for jester or something like that. I think. So yeah, Piero is jester, which would make sense why he knows all this shit. I just don't know the other name they mentioned before. They mentioned it was like the rooster and someone else. They were like, yeah, I have no clue who that one was supposed to be.
赤月の時代、教養院は世界の外から子供を受け入れ、特殊な入院の儀式を行っていたというものだ。
世界の外から来た子供？
そうだ。赤月の賢者は神を超える存在を世界の外から見つけようとしていた。しかし同時彼らは集めてきた子供を暖炉の煙突に登らせ、死んだか見たかと尋ねた。その問いかけは子供が自分の死を認め、儀式を通過した子供を大人たちは抱きしめ、こう言って慰めた。本には詳しい記述がないから推測に過ぎないがね。集めた子供たちだ
からこの世界で赤月の月髄を感じられなかったんだ。特殊な空間に封印されていて、儀式を通過しないと
I thought they said. Wait, didn't they say that the Crimson Moon was the fragments of the? Didn't they say the Crimson Moon was the fragments? Wait, what? Oh no, we're going after the iridescent moon marrow. Why? Why are we getting it then? I thought we were trading it. I thought we were looking for the iridescent moon marrow so that Columbina could have it. But then she says here, we'll give it to you. So with its marrow, you'll be more powerful. So we're gonna get it. She's gonna extract the power from it, and then leave the remaining marrow with Arlecchino. Is that what it's going to be? That's kind of from the way we were talking to Sandrone. I thought we were going to get the marrow and basically replace the marrow that she currently has in her possession with it. So it's like, oh, so because I've forgotten the names of the moon, so I thought maybe she didn't have her own moon marrow. She had another moon's marrow, and she's like, oh, well, the iridescent moon marrow is my own, so that will make me stronger. So I'll take that, and I'll trade Arlecchino for the one I have in my possession because it's not mine. So I don't need it. since I've already taken its power or whatever. So we're just, I guess, going to get it, siphon some power out of it to make her to recover, and then like leave the. So it's like a battery, I guess. So she's just draining some of the battery from it, and then leaving the battery with. Or it's like a water bottle, right? So we're gonna. And Columbina is really thirsty, so she's gonna drink a bunch of the water from the water bottle, but leave the bottle with a little bit of water, maybe for Arlecchino.
でもここには暖炉も煙突もないぞ。
いや、煙突は形式的なものに過ぎない。重要なのは爽快の炎を通ることだ。この炎に焼かれたものはこの世に幽霊のような残影を残す。カーン・ルイヤの人々はとにかくこの力があれば、私はここでその通路を開けておく必要があるから同行できない。よし、では開けよう。
旅人、もう少しありがとう。力をちょっぴり回復できたみたい。
古の七色の主にして現代の偉大なる母、紅の衣をまとう爽快の支配者よ。炎をもって立ち、炎をもって継ぐ。今この身を捧げ、主の降臨を恋願い立てまつる。
すごい迫力だな。
How the fuck would she know how to
一つ
do
だけ
this?
忠告をしておこう。扉をくぐる際、何を聞かれても答えてはいけない。
わかったぞ。
It's like a ghost.
嫌な感じのする黒い雲と、まるで生まれ変わった友達に会いに行くみたい。
So I'm kind of curious. Did someone do this to the moon, or because the dragon lord that created the original moons came back all corrupted with the abyss. So maybe the moons got shattered. I'm curious. Did the moons just naturally form back together because of the abyss that was already in the area, or did the dragon try to recreate its moons using its abyss powers, which corrupted one of them? And so he was like, "Oh fuck, I guess I can't do this." Stopped.
大事件というのは往々にして小さなき
空を見ろ。赤い月があるぞ。ここで間違いなさそうだな。これってアビスの気配か。空間全体を埋め尽くしてるみたいだぞ。どうすればいいんだ。
Oh yeah, no shit. The moon had already been corrupted by the abyss ages ago, right? Like it was in the Red Moon Dynasty. They were already worshipping the Crimson Moon. And then it was replaced by the Eclipse Dynasty. And we know that the Eclipse Dynasty ended 500 years ago. So, I mean, who knows how long it had been corrupted before that. So, like, yeah, it's not surprising this place would be all fucked up.
なんて悲惨な光景。ボロボロになった遺骸がアビスに空高く吊るされ。不気味だな。
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, like, why did the iridescent moon's goddess try to do this? Like, try to recover herself? Did someone do this to the moon? Or did the moon just get, like, did the abyss power that was just floating in space just naturally do this? Hard to say. But I need to get more water, so we'll be back. Okay, let's do this.
やっぱり完全なのは表から見た時だけみたい。
どよめく進学再構成します。
はあ、食いしばれよ。
Oh, I see it. So from it's the angle we saw? Okay, so yeah, so it still is all broken, but we just saw from the side that... So they just like kind of pieced it together, jammed it back together.
じゃあ行くよ。
どれやるか提案。
ザブザブサメクアタックドリフト最高。そんな高いところにあるのか？オイラたちじゃ登れないぞ。
ううん。この気配はむしろ崖の下からだと思う。
どれどれ。うわ！水面に変な影が浮かんでるぞ。
Oh, it's those little like nodules we saw in the chasm.
あそこ何かの装置があるぞ。見た感じ、カーンルイヤの装置みたいだな。昔の人が赤月の空間の研究で残してったのか？発動できたら何か手がかりになるかもな。この装置を動かすと水面に映る影が変化したぞ。もしかして装置が鍵なのか？
ソリンです。あとは任せて大丈夫かい？僕たちは先に帰らせてもらうよ。
It's Snorri. Her name sounds familiar. Was that name? Did that name pop up in a log somewhere? Interesting. So the question is, was she working for the king? Because like it seems like the reason why the king was going after the quote unquote dregs was not just to kill them. They probably died. They probably died, you know, but he was probably torturing them for information. He probably wanted more information about them, about their society and like the abyss and shit, which would be my guess. So it could be that she was working as a researcher for the king to research this technology to like figure out its secrets. So, hard to say.
彼氏さんとのデート邪魔しちゃったりしてません？もうからかわないでったら。夜食ソリンディス？それって月の狩人の恋人の名前だよ。確かに。
アビスの影響で9日から彼女の言葉や行動の一部が
この景色を死せる彼女の美しき瞳に流る嘆きの雫。私みたいな人間が謎に包まれた赤月の空間の研究チームに配属される。
Yeah, so she obviously is one of the Crimson Moon descendants.
アビスに壊されてるみたいだ。なんとかして直さないとな。この辺に他の装置がないか探してみようぜ。
どれやるか。耐えられるか。
I find it weird, like, why would one of the machines be pointed towards the other machine, right? Like, if these machines are supposed to be, like, protecting that, then why would you make a machine designed to free up another machine, right? Like, it helps now that this one's corrupted by the Abyss. Oh, actually, maybe that was it. Maybe this machine got corrupted, and they're like, oh shit, we need a new way to uncorrupt it. Maybe that's it. Maybe they made 3 just to make sure that the portal was open.
月髄、つまり3つの月の力がを開ける鍵だったのね。が本当に存在するなら、この狂気に満ちた茶番も終わらせることができるかも。
That's interesting. And actually, what would be super interesting is that with this, so like. She's saying, hey, with the power of the 3 moons, the moon marrow, with this marrow, we'll have all 3. I have 1, Columbina has another, and then this will be the 3rd. So I'm kind of curious if they say it can unlock something. What does it unlock? What madness would it be? I mean, the madness would presumably be it could be that the reason why the Red Moon's tribe is being killed is because they want to find this information, and then once the Eclipse Dynasty has these 3 marrows, they'll stop killing the Red Moon Dynasty descendants, perhaps.
アビス抑制装置設置完了。やっとレリル、あなたは自分の願いから遠ざかってる。でもそれはあなたのせいじゃない。あの異邦人が
Are we the outside? I mean, obviously not us specifically, but it could be our brother or our sibling, basically. Is our sibling the outsider, or was there a separate outsider? So basically, or maybe with our siblings showing up from outside of this planet, they realize, oh shit, there's more to this planet than just us, and so now they're looking. Maybe that's what got them to looking into maybe escaping or breaking free from the planet.
もしあの異邦人を
月の影が元に戻ったぞ。血髄の隠されている部屋に入れるって言って。そうだと思う。弱々しい魂の気配が。
That's the interesting thing too. But like, if she already knew where it was, then why wasn't she able? Like, why is it still here? Like, if Telindus found it and was able to get to it, 500 years ago, then why is it still here? There's no way in hell they would give us this if there's not going to be a fight. I was actually surprised they even gave us... Oh, well, I guess we see the Abyss Hounds there. But no, I bet there's going to be some sort of boss. Like, I was surprised they even gave this to us before. It's nice because, if you... Actually, no, I guess it makes sense because you didn't... You were in, like, a bunch of cutscenes back-to-back, which doesn't necessarily mean combat, so it would kind of suck if they forced you into combat with a team that you didn't have... that wasn't really ready for it.
月の血髄みたいだな。でも手に入れるにはまずこいつらを壊さないといけないんじゃないか。
はっせ行くぞ。はっ清掃を開始します。福育の語り分け山の地。ここであんたを潰す。
Or maybe that's it. Maybe she did get here, but the Abyssal Fetters were here back then, so she wasn't able to defeat the Abyss Hounds and get them through. Oh wow, it looks pretty fucked up.
これが光月の月髄。炎のように燃え続けてるけど、アビスに汚染されて、この中のアビスの力を浄化すれば、純粋な
Oh, so it's all fiery and stuff.
あなたなの？やっと会えた。ごめんなさい。あの時嘘をついて。月が砕けた時、私の体はバラバラになった。 まるで切れ味の悪い無数の刃にあの時あなたはどんな気持ちで私たちの元を訪れたのかな。何を言ってるかわからないって顔をしてるね。全てには意味があると信じ続けて。さようならハイポ。
どういうことだ？これが友達に話しかけてるみたいな口調だったけど。
もしかしたら私のことを私たちは似たような気配を
何やともあれ、無事に光月の月髄を手に入れたし、戻ってアルレッキーナと合流しようぜ。
Oh yeah, duh. Of course she's the Frost Moon. Yeah, that was stupid of me. I should have known she's the Frost Moon one. I forget which Chimeras we all had then, because I assumed she didn't have her own, right? I thought we have hers. Like the thing, because I think we have the one that was underneath her statue, and that should have been hers, right? They're gonna come out of it or something? How's this collapsing? The fragments are clearly coming after us.
光月の月髄を回収した今、漆黒の意志はそう簡単に返してくれないはず。返して赤月の私の月髄、私の心を。
落ちるがいい。ここより登る。さあ早く。
Yeah, I do find that was a little weird. Like, oh, the entrance is blocked. It's like the entrance isn't like a physical thing. Like you can't physically block. Like we're tearing a hole in the fabric of reality. How could you block that with like stone and shit? Right? Uh-oh. Is it close? They.
これか。気にすることはない。ただの代償だ。
Yeah, so that is the interesting question. So obviously, every time she overextends herself, the mark creeps closer to her heart. If it gets her heart, she dies. Or like like the being known as Arlecchino dies. Whatever becomes of her is not her. But so I'm kind of curious if we give her the marrow. They said she becomes more powerful, which I mean, maybe all she needs. Like maybe because of her lack of power, she needed to overextend, and it leads to the encroaching of the curse. So with the marrow, she'll never need to overextend herself because she'll have the power to do everything. Or I'm wondering if maybe even this can like rescind the curse as well. Can this like make her look more normal?
君たちを中に閉じ込めようとしているのに、それに反して君たちを連れ出したのだから、アビスが取り戻せるものを代償とは言わない。私の腕はすでにアビスと融合している。浄化すると同時に消滅。
そんな、ごめん。アルレッキーノ。
君たちに借りを作るためという魂胆がないとは言い切れない。
Wait, so is this an extension of the curse that's already on her, or is this a new thing? Like, is her blackened hands? Is that the abyss, or is that, you know? Because like her hand's still on fire, right? So my question is this just an extension of the curse that was always on her, or is this a new thing? Is it now she has that curse, but she's also lost a hand to the abyss or something?
もちろん アルレッキーノ、光月の月髄を預けるね。これから爽快の炎はより盛んに燃え上がると思う。
ああ、手を伸ばしてくれ、コロンビーナ。
Maybe use the non-abyss taint can, perhaps?
力が強くなったか。
コロンビーナ、大丈夫か？
大丈夫。でも
蒼月の剣能だけで3つの月の力を操るのはやはり難しいのだろう。だが君の力は少し回復したようだ。少なくとも第3位。
まだ足りない。これじゃもう一回月の光を分けて大丈夫。
Like, why can't we give her our, like, we have the moon marrow, can't we give her a portion of our moonlight that's not as, like, at odds with her? Yeah, here we go. Are we gonna do it ourselves? Oh, I see. But this begs the question of, like, what was Thelindis trying to do, though? Because she made it seem like if all 3 moon marrows were, it could unlock something that we don't know because it was censored.
少なくとも私はあの人がなどくらいに存在し続けてほしく。
目標があるのはいいことだ。過去の君よりも今の君の方、初めて会った時、君は月光というよりはどこからか漂ってきた霧の。しかし今、君の体にはより多くの命の色が輝いている。
ありがとう、アルレッキーノ。
I am curious what she spent her power on, though. Because I was thinking that what they were trying to do is try to recreate the moon, try to create a new moon. And that's why they need the power of the moon goddess Columbina to, like, create the core of a new one. But they don't seem to be trying to do that. Or maybe they are and we just aren't really familiar with it. Maybe it's still in creation. Because they still said that Fatui were trying to get moon fragments. And, like, their base is built on a huge chunk of the moon. So it does beg the question of what they're trying to do and what they use Columbina for.
君も気をつけてね。君にも君の計画がでも何があってもアビスには飲み込まれないで。
ありがとう、コロンビーナ。
新しい名前。
クータル、月の少女、コロンビーナ。すべてただのコードネームだ。肩書きではハウス・オブ・ハースでもよくコードネームを使う。しかし人は本名で自我を定義する必要があるものだ。月の狩人を倒したら私から言いたいことは以上だ。安全のため君と
お前って本当にいいやつだな。
私も君たちのような義理がたい人は好きだ。
Is that it?
危なかったけど、なんとか光月の血髄を見つけてコロンビーナの力を回復させられたな。今んとこ順調だぜ。他のみんなは
Okay, so we still do have another. Okay, I think this is obviously a good time to. It's a good stopping point. I was thinking about doing it all, but the main reason I was thinking about doing it all is because I thought that it was just one act, and so I was like, okay, I'll just do this one act and I'll be done with it. Because I still want to do Honkai Star Rail, and I was thinking, oh, if it's one act, I'll just do this one act and be done. But clearly there's more. So what I will do is that tomorrow I will start this quest. Similar to what I did today. Similar to today, I will start the quest while I do my workout. Okay. Start the quest. Okay, 4 wishes, 7 wishes, okay. I'll start the quest tomorrow. and we'll see how well it works into a... Because if it's as involved as it is, with no real... Because, like, previously, a lot of quests were like, oh, okay, you did this. Like, so rather than, like, have the three sections where it's like, oh, okay, now you're going to go and like, you're going to do this game from this perspective. Basically, and every single... And then even when I came to do the shit over here, you were locked in a zone, because it was like, oh, no, you're doing this as part of the story quest. You're not in the world. We haven't placed you in the world. We've placed you in a storied instance. So it makes it more challenging to stop, because you can't just like stop. I mean, I guess you could stop and say, because they'll probably just bring you back to the same spot to continue. But it makes it so that it's kind of better to just do it all in one sitting. Because it's just going from like one thing to the next. You just no real good stopping points. Whereas previous quests, it was like, oh, okay, you had this chat, you did this thing, cool, now you're out in the world again, now it tells you to go here, so you can easily use that as a stopping point to be like, cool, I'm going to stop and continue on later. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in this for now, as I will continue more of this tomorrow. This has been interesting. Yeah, I found it interesting that she's... Yeah, for some reason I thought that was hers. I guess... Where did we get ours, then? Like, I thought the one we have was the one we got from underneath the statue, which would have been hers. So did we just give it back to her? Did we give it back to her? Like, but we still have one. She has one, we have one. And they keep saying her power is waning, so then why... And, yeah, it does make the question of what... Because I thought, like, the Crimson Moon was something they created. It was a fake moon. Because I could have sworn they said something about, like, how creating a fake moon is bad. Like, you can't do that. It's against the rules. And so that's what I thought the Crimson Moon was. I thought, oh, okay, the Crimson Moon was a fake moon that they tried to, like, create in the image of the original 3 to use as a weapon against, the dragon. But then, obviously, we just learned, no, actually, the Crimson Moon is actually just the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon that had been corrupted by the Abyss. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that changes things then. Because I thought maybe that's what the Fatui are trying to do, is they're trying to basically do the same thing of creating a fake moon which they can use as a weapon against Celestia. But if there's no precedent for the creation of a fake moon, I mean, I don't know, I could have sworn they said creating a fake moon was against the rules. So maybe someone did do it before, and maybe that is what the Eclipse Dynasty tried to do. They tried to create a fake moon before they were able to complete it. That's when they're slapped down and killed. So maybe that's what happened. And so now the Fatui are trying to just do that again. Who knows? Either way, it will eventually be told. But I am going to stop for now, and I'm going to play Honkai Star Rail. I'm going to beat the story. I'm going to focus on beating the story for that game first. Oh shit, I should have logged in to do my... Anyway. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I will be back on in a few minutes. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all.